Welcome to Objects of Desire,
the podcast in which we talk about the things that mean the most to us.
or tell us who we are, where we came from, or where we're heading. I'm Naz Nazawa.
And I'm Tony Freund.
Every episode, we invite a guest to share the stories behind their one special thing, valued not for its price tag, but for its beauty, craftsmanship, quirkiness, and especially for the ways it connects them to the world.
And today we're joined by the comedian, writer, and actor Dan Rosen, whom you likely know as the co-creator and co-host of the Middlebrow podcast, as well as for his viral videos that shine a bright light on the pretensions and occasional preposterousness of the art and design worlds.
Today, he will tell us all about a treasured piece of furniture that many of us will remember from school.
We're so excited to have Dan with us today to discuss his object of desire. Dan Rosen, we are so thrilled to have you here on Objects of Desire.
Yes, we're intimidated. A fellow podcast host with significantly more experience than either of us.
Yeah, I'll be assessing your game afterwards.
We've invited you here to talk about your object of desire, and we're curious to hear what you wanted to share with us today.
Well, what's fun about my object of desire is it actually arouses desires in guests. And my object of desire is a kind of massive card catalog, a Dewey Decimal System kind of catalog from I think the 40s or 50s that I have in my home. It's kind of a beautiful oak, I think.
It looked oak, yeah.
Yeah, it looked oak. Kind of has a very warm varnish, and it's hefty, and it's I think it's like a 8x8, maybe 8x10 grid of drawers. I could look, you could count. Of different drawers that's quite deep, and I have reimagined it. I've recontextualized it, to use a pretentious term, into kind of a junk drawer of sorts, or many 80
junk drawers.
80 junk drawers.
Chic.
Each, yeah, very chic.
I love it.
I like your math, by the way.
Thanks.
I was not there.
Really good.
It's,
okay, 8x10. Okay.
Yeah. Each with their own kind of specific purpose and use, and I've labeled them. I've labeled them with, one of those. Again, I went further. I was like, okay, if I'm going to label them, I'll get one of those.
You got a label maker?
A label maker.
The ones where you're going to really just muscle your thumb down?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now I sort of have an organization fetish, and it's fed into that and has allowed me to express myself through, deep organization.
Yeah, I love it. 80
Everything has
different
a place.
expressions.
Yeah.
Okay. So none of them have the cards anymore. You took all of that out.
Yeah, it'd be weird if you could
I don't
still.
know. Yeah, you just left
It was like
one
the
for the
Dallas
bit.
Public Library, and they're like, "Where did it go?" We're trying to.
We don't know where this book
That does
goes.
lead us to
Absalom, and it's not. We don't know where it is.
That does lead us to the next question, which is, where did you acquire this piece, and how did you acquire it?
So I'd been kind of eyeing similar objects like this. There are a lot of different styles of them. Some are more industrial and metallic, and there are also variations that are kind of flat file cabinets. And I don't know why I'd fetishized this sort of object. My father restores antiquities, and so he kind of had similar systems of drawers with brushes and different kind of finishes and screws and stuff like that. And so, as any kind of fake, laptop job person who with aspirations as an artist, I thought, well, if I just get this kind of craftsman object, then I myself am imbued with some sort of artistic integrity, which is not the case. But so I'd been eyeing these and looking at them, and whatever. I mean, you'd be in LA and you'd see one and be like, okay, I'm going to get this back to New York. Right. But my wife had been tracking this on Facebook Marketplace, and she found this one for me for my birthday, and surprised me with it.
Amazing. Yeah.
And it was a massive undertaking getting it home, because it is.
Kidding.
I'm bad at weighing things, but it's hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I'm
Which
glad
is
you
why
didn't make me bring it here.
I was going to say, we did not. We gave you an exemption on
I would have gotten a hernia.
That's wild. Yeah. And she's surprised you was already in the apartment?
No.
Okay.
I had to very much to be a part of the process.
Yeah. Where you found it in New York?
Found in New York, yes. Some guy brought it.
Okay.
But like every drawer had to be removed, and then installed.
So you went to art school, but so tell us your trajectory. Who are you, Dan Rosen?
Who am I?
Where did you come from?
I was born and raised in New York.
Yeah, in a one-bedroom apartment.
One
with
bedroom
three
apartment.
brothers.
Yeah, I was, very artsy kid. I would say I would. We go to the Met all the time. My mother was like really great at finding all the kind of free things to do in New York, and the Met had incredible classes in drawing.
Yeah, great children's program,
really
education
good children's
program.
yeah, and I was an intern there in high school in the education department. Yeah, really impactful. And then I would always go to the Art Students League, and I was going to. Yeah, my parents would just jump me there over the summer. Another place that's like quite affordable.
Yeah.
I don't know about. I assume still. Yeah, that also has great kind of old New York. That's just the wood in the building. You could really.
It's a great building.
You could really. They would just send me on the bus, and I would just spend 8 hours there. Yeah. I was like 12 in the nude drawing classes. I think they would. I think the moms were like, "What is this?" And I looked 8, like very puberty found me very late, and so. But yeah, I kind of was developing an eye and took painting classes, and that was really exciting. And then I went to art school, or art and art history at Cornell, which has a really incredible architecture program. And those are in the same school. So I also became very friendly and close with architects. And then I kind of graduated and I started doing comedy and sort of abandoned my art interest because it seemed or at least practice. I still had a lot of friends.
And your parents were delighted that you had gone to Cornell and had decided to abandon the life of an artist instead to take up the life of a comedian.
Exactly.
Yes?
Yeah, my dad was like, "What are you going to do?" He's an Iranian guy born at 35. He's like, "What are you doing with this degree in art?" And I was like, "Well, I took out student loans, so you can't tell me. It's on me to figure it out." Yeah, I was doing a lot of odd jobs for a while, and I was did some creative directing and graphic design. I was doing everything to supplement the comedy thing, and then really, I imagine I was like, oh well, I kept it very far from the art and architecture industry. Especially stand up is so, you really have to find what everyone in the room understands,
and has in common and thinks is
So
funny.
what
all
were
at the
your
same time.
early...
It was it was stuff about family, or it was especially when I was used to do edgelord stuff when you're starting out because you think they'll get a reaction. You can't talk about decor or a specific designer because maybe if you're lucky, one person will get that. You really have to find things that will bring everyone together. And as we talked about, there's the monoculture is like disappearing, so that's actually becoming harder and harder. And things that I could do when I started are now like, well, actually, this is a really big show that 10% of the audience has seen. So you we're constantly losing those touchstones. But obviously the algorithm, once kind of the TikToks and Instagram Reels developed that algorithmic form of showing people your content, it could find that 10%
Interesting.
all over the world that do deeply understand it, that can relate. And then I was sort of able to actually, as the thing I had run away from this, do what you know, exactly, like literally the cliche mantra that everybody says, like, oh, if you talk about what you know and what you love, then people will come to you. And that's like exactly.
Yeah, be true to your own voice and don't fake it.
That's so irritating that it's true. I would love for that to actually be wrong. But
and I was sort of hiding this interest, but in the end I am like, maybe a pretentious, artsy, inclined New Yorker, and that's just like my worldview and my interests. And I was kind of trying to hide it, and actually the success and when I found my audience was when I embraced it and started. And also it's an audience that I felt maybe a little starved for comedy, for self-awareness. The art and design spaces take themselves extremely seriously.
I mean, AD loves your videos. So it's like very much that being able to laugh at oneself is through the eyes of someone who gets it, right? Through the eyes of a critic who is actually doing service to the effort that was earnest the first time. I think that's good. That's a good thing. But how did you decide comedy in the first place? Like, at what point was that shift revealed
if
to
you
you?
grew up sharing a bedroom with 3 brothers, wouldn't you escape into
I
comedy?
think there's a lot of that. I think I'm the youngest, so there's like
everything you said was adorable, or
you just really like are desperate for attention. And to do that, I think I started memorizing like street jokes.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm not funny, but if I memorize these jokes, then I can be like the Dan tells a joke. and that trick pony.
Well, let's deconstruct your middlebrow, lowbrow, highbrow thing, because I think you're rather highbrow. I think you're super, your content is so smart, it's so spot on. I mean, comedians often disguise their intelligence, with whatever fart jokes or whatever, go low. But tell me, like, what's your relationship to this? Because maybe you've talked about this many times on the podcast in public, but your podcast is called Middlebrow.
Yeah. My podcast is called Middlebrow, which is somewhat of an ironic, I guess, term, because we sort of cover everything, and we'll cover lowbrow to highbrow, but there's maybe it's like a preemptive stance that if we self-own the fact that we're middlebrow, that then we'll defeat accusations that say that we're dilettantes. I don't know. I think that when I was thinking about and talking to Brian, my podcast co-host, about what we wanted to do with the podcast, is I feel like there's been a sort of death of the middlebrow in culture. It used to be, quite strong. I think I'm thinking about movies that were the mid-budget adult movies. I think of Rob Reiner, who just passed away, was like he would make preemptive middlebrow movies that were entertaining but didn't insult your intelligence. Obviously, middlebrow initially was a term that was kind of created as a slur from highbrow individuals. I think like Susan Sontag has a great essay about it, kind of looking down at a certain type of culture that aspires to be intellectual but is actually pretty shallow, Like I think the definition of middlebrow that I've heard is like people who know what Proust is but haven't read it, and that's the New Yorker. It was like the premier middlebrow, although
the New Yorker itself is
the New Yorker itself, I think, was when it was created in relation to, like, let's say, the Paris Review or Art Forum. I think the middlebrow has almost become highbrow now because there's been a deep anti-intellectualism in the culture, and lowbrow has just expanded where, people who I think should know better can just proudly talk about how much they love reality TV and analyzing it. And so we take these things that I think shows like Succession, that any other period would just be like quintessential middlebrow. Yeah. And we've elevated them to highbrow status because, I don't know, we still actually yearn deeply to be highbrow, to be intellectuals, but we don't want to actually do the challenge. So we'll have Harry Potter studies classes at Harvard or whatever. And so, I think we're sort of exploring that on the podcast, and we want to take seriously different forms of culture and high culture and make it accessible. I think part of it is the exclusivity of higher intellectual culture that's put people off, and also just the widespread infinite availability of lowbrow culture that even people who could and should know better just find themselves sucked into Instagram reels and just lowest common denominator. And even in music, there's the whole poptimism trend of the last 25 years, which was a reaction to maybe pretentious raucous critics who poo-pooed pop music, and now that's, I would say, is almost taking over, where we have to really pretend that Taylor Swift is like the height of musical innovation, and to not do so would be elitist and pretentious. And so everyone's afraid of being pretentious,
and offending the common people.
Yes, exactly. And so we have to, Marvel movies are incredible. So it's not enough that these are the most popular things that exist in the world. We also have to now truly pretend that they're also the most intellectually rigorous and artistically innovative, which I think is sad. I think it has led to an emptying of our curiosity, of our intellectual culture, and you just, watch what you. So Middlebrow would be like, so I want to be. Let's at least bring back like Charlie Rose. Besides, not the flashing people. But I'd say he was a Middlebrow interviewer, and I would watch his program all the time. And he would have on, famous Hollywood actors, but he would have on Richard Serra. He would have on Frank Gehry. He would have on public intellectuals, and it would be a way to. He would make it accessible. Right. And that's what it's a very long way of saying that that's what I hope to do with Brian and I are comedians. And so hopefully with our, in more layman speak in terms of understanding and try to bring people in and show that there's value here, and that they shouldn't be scared or afraid of things that are maybe more opaque or challenging.
But the design world, I mean, I think you are probably a trailblazer and still the only one who's doing this. I mean, everybody loves your takedowns on published projects. And, 9 out of 10 of the things you say are absolutely true.
Yeah.
Naz, you're a designer. How would you feel if Dan...
I'm sure I'm wrong
Critiqued?
sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I would be honored. I mean, like, hold on, let me submit something to you. But no, I mean,
Are you getting submissions now?
Yeah,
Designers
I'm
are
sure
getting-
you are. No, it's like, please roast me, kind of a, you know
but
what I mean?
Well, the problem is, it was easier when I really didn't know anyone. And like, I started this, I knew 0 people in the design world. I was just like, I knew the comedy world and I knew a few people in the art world, but really it was just like, I viewed it purely from a comedy perspective. And then now that I know a lot more people, I've become friends with people. Designers follow me. Now
Is it
sometimes I'll
hard
go
now?
to review a
Yeah.
host. I'm like, oh, this designer follow. I check. They've messaged me. There's like, it becomes harder. It was easier when I
Sure.
was almost blind.
I get that though. I mean, but at the same time, like you can't just let that make you toothless. You
No,
know
no,
what
I
I
know.
mean? Like I worry about that all the time where I'm like, I actually do have a lot of very spicy and valid opinions about my peers' work, but I'll never say a
You
negative
can't.
thing. I'll never ever say a negative thing. And I was worried at some point, like, does this kind of make me toothless? That like I'm always out being positive and like everything is great and every design is valid and that's okay and access is good. And it's like, wow, do I really mean that? Or am I just being
I love that
polite?
accent wall. So good.
Oh.
Such an amazing accent wall.
Oh, wow. But yeah, right, exactly. That's actually the only thing that I do denigrate all the time. That's like literally the only,
okay.
it's very funny that you like found my
Accent walls.
Achilles. Yeah.
okay,
I
good.
lose my mind over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't allow, if a client asks for them, I actually will tell them like,
Is this kind of accenty?
it's an alcove. And I feel like this was actually
Like
here.
an accent code?
Yeah, like this is
Yeah.
we're still in the
It is
midst
a-
of recording this
Could
week.
you
so
get
I
lost
guess
in
I'll-
here like the Edgar Allan Poe short story?
Oh, you know what? You could actually. Yeah, we could close these 2 closet doors
Yeah.
over Tony's
It's like
little
the cask
alcove
of,
scene.
something.
Yeah.
Amontillado.
Yeah, see?
Nice.
I knew you'd know. You
Nice.
just ass.
We just want to
Yeah.
establish who, Naz has already set me up as highbrow. So I
Yeah,
needed
That's
to,
right. Yeah.
uh,
And I remain to be seen,
Yeah, these vessels are filled with Kodiak bars and stuff. So if you locked me up, I could live
You'll be great.
for 40 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I'm good. A little bit of water in the bottom.
It's actually dog feed.
I would do it if I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think it's fine. Like I love the videos. I think they're a lot of fun. Certainly the ones where there's not really a named designer is even easier. And
Yeah.
and frankly,
It's a
celebrities
brand.
are putting themselves out there, at least the AD reviews,
I think it's totally valid. And
to be
people are
judged.
like, why don't you, like let people be happy, let people live. And I completely disagree.
Yeah, if you're gonna put your
do I-
magazine,
Yes.
your home in a magazine, you're not letting yourself live.
Exactly.
Like,
I'm not
if-
going into your. I'm not
That's
like.
right. If I'm a guest in someone's house, I would never
Yes.
say
Yeah,
a thing. I don't even
yeah.
think about it,
Yeah.
right? I'm sure you don't either.
No.
But if you're going to put yourself in a magazine to self-promote and become more famous and relevant because you're promoting an adjacent project, then I think you kind of
You're
subjected
completely valid.
Yeah.
To critique.
Yeah.
You're doing PR. I can
Right.
criticize your PR and
Right.
your self-aggrandizing.
Yeah, it just like a movie critic could criticize your new movie project.
Yeah.
Or it's the same. It's that same sort of category. And then of course there's the reality that there is a designer attached to it. But like quite frankly, to the extent that you had like no negative notes on Kendall Jenner's latest, and that's Heidi's project, and that was great. Heidi Callier for the audience. That was great. That was wonderful. And I don't know
Yeah.
who Bethany's designer was or if there was a designer. But if that was a situation that I was in, I probably wouldn't attach my name
No.
to a thing that I wasn't
And I'm
happy
sure even
with.
Heidi, I'm sure she prefers her work that's where she's not working with a celebrity client who has that much say.
Yeah.
But I felt like when there is something that does feel cohesive and thoughtful and that actually relates to the person living in there, which I think is quite rare.
Even if it's not your taste.
Even if it- yeah, even
Yeah,
if-
you
exactly.
will, you
Even
will,
if it's not my taste.
you
Good
will
design
respect
is
it.
good and
Yeah.
good art is good,
Yes.
regardless of whether it's for us.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think that if you see enough of it and you think critically enough about what you're looking at and observing, you get kind of that muscle and you can tell like this is good for reasons that even I might not be able to articulate with vocabulary that I might not have yet, but you can tell when it's good,
Yeah.
and I think there's some soul connection there.
I think part of the AD thing is that and the reason that you don't want to diss other designers, it is a community. You don't want, you need to have your things featured in other magazines, and you have to maintain relationships. And it is a small world with not a lot of money, and you have to get those advertisers who sell their mediocre hardware.
Yeah.
And you need the celebrities to get the clicks, and designers want to get featured. So it's all connected.
It's a whole ecosystem
network that leads, I think, a lot of mediocrity to be promoted.
Sure.
And I'm fortunate that I have no money or stake in this, and so I'm able to sit a little bit outside, and which I didn't realize was a thing that was missing.
Yeah.
In the design community until after designers came to me and be like, "Oh, thank you for saying this. Like you're saying what we're all thinking." And I was
But we all
I didn't
can't
realize.
say it.
Yeah, you can't say it. And when that's also what most people see of design, like that's your average, consumer TikTok scroller, what they're seeing of design is
celebrity homes.
And it's so blah, it's so uninspiring, or it's influencers' homes. That's like a just horrible DIY aesthetic. And if you don't know much about design, you're like, oh, this is what good design is. It must be. It's in these, periodicals. It's being featured. All these celebrities are attached to it, and there's no criticality to it. No one's ever, thinking deeply about why this is not working. This doesn't. The flow of this home is not good. These pieces are fake, or bear no relationship to the owner and the way that they live, and it feels like a set.
Right.
Those sorts of things that I think should be out there in the public.
To learn more about our guests, their objects, and First Stoops, a leading online marketplace connecting design lovers with sellers and makers from around the world, please head to the description for links. Getting back to your object of design.
Oh yeah, bring it all back home.
I want to talk about, because when you told us beforehand what you were bringing, I thought that makes sense, because when I listen to you, I think this guy knows. You call yourself a dilettante, but I think it's just that you know a lot about a lot of different things. Your cabinet is your brain, is a metaphor for your brain.
Oh, yeah.
And all the different things you know.
I accept.
So,
I accept this. It's always fun to be psychologized.
Yeah.
Someone else is you're like, oh, thank me.
Yeah.
You're thinking about me. So I appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's fair. And if you saw it, it is like, there's a thing of lenses for cameras and camera equipment,
cool.
and tripod attachments, and one for wigs when I was doing a lot of sketches, and audio equipment. So there's one with paintbrushes. So you actually could read my, Renaissance man, master of none sort of.
Rodney Dangerfield jokes. And
exactly. I do have all my own notebooks. I have multiple drawers.
Oh, wow.
For old notebooks.
Yeah.
Once I
and
finish.
how have you organized them? Like
Notebooks 1, notebooks 2, notebooks 3, slowly.
Yeah.
How big are these drawers, though? Because my card catalog growing up, the drawers were quite small. Are you using like little baby pocket notebooks?
No, it's like this.
Sure, but like,
and then they're like this.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like those Muji.
Yeah.
I mean, I could feel like a moleskin in them if I put it sideways.
Oh, okay, sideways. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, like, the ones that I've seen can fit a wine bottle, but that's about it.
So Dan, like now that you've become famous and people are starting to follow your content, or famous within our subculture of design and art, have you ever had a moment where you've met somebody whose space you've somehow covered?
I haven't met people in person, but so much of our life is in the digital space. I've had negative interactions with certain people. Bethany Frankel, who I did review her home, she left a lengthy response and said I was a miserable person, and much more so. Alec Baldwin, I reviewed his home with Hilaria, and they both commented. Actually, they had split. Hilaria commented with a laughing, crying emoji.
Okay.
And then Alec Baldwin said, "Why don't you just go away?" And he blocked me. So a split household. I'm divisive in the Baldwin household.
Okay.
And then Chris Brown, he got his floor as redone in this kind of like horrible. it looked like a bowling ball, or something you'd have in like a laser tag arena. But that was like, I don't even know what material, but if you can imagine those
Sort
like
of with embedded, shiny.
yes, exactly, embedded shiny like rock, and it was like a liquid pour or something like
a
that.
terrazzo sort of, yeah.
Yeah, but like
It sounds
bowling
like
ball.
glitter epoxy or
yes,
something.
exactly. Yeah. And it looked truly horrendous. And so I said, like, in the video that it's not the worst crime he's committed, but it's definitely up there. And then he commented, like, why don't you come over and we can see what crimes can be done.
Ew.
Yeah, which is a little erotic, actually, as well. So I didn't know if he was hitting on me or threatening me with violence.
I mean,
so those are a few
Yeah.
of the ire, and I've had some good ones too, like Walton Goggins. I reviewed his home, and there was he had like a leather Togo, 70s and Togo vintage, and I said that it kind of looked like his face. But the rest of the home I reviewed positively.
It's a wonderful home.
And he
it's
reshared
very
it. And he's
cool.
like, "You're right. My face does kind of look like
He's
a
the
leather
best. Oh my God.
Yeah, he has a worn leather. That's why he's great.
Yeah.
So he had a good sense of humor about
We
it.
love to hear
which is
that.
nice.
Yeah,
And then,
he's beloved. So
I ran
that's
into
great.
Paloma Alcesor, and I really liked her home, which was very kind of Milan, very up my alley, and she came up and said very nice things to me.
But
Nice.
she's also, she's an example of a pretty face who actually has a real passion for design. There's a lot of substance under the external style. Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah. Okay.
that's cool.
Just like me, huh? No. So on the topic of tired and overused, we've mentioned genre at some point. Togo is perhaps another.
Yes.
Are there any that
definitely has had a
you're
moment.
guilty of, either now or in the past? Like any icons that you actually are like, I still love them?
I love the Togo. I love a genre. I just would love to see furniture that's not those things, and also I don't know if this is like my design rule or taste, but I feel like you get one icon in your home. Like the moment you start to get too many, it's just like, okay, I walked into a Design Within Reach showroom, and this is like your taste is that you picked the 10 most famous design pieces and assembled them. That's not you. That's just like your favorite band is the Beatles. We agree, but like you
Give us
play me
something else.
something else.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the art collectors who had the trophy collections.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's rated
exactly.
so much.
Yeah. And like, okay, show me something that same with clothes. Like you walk into somewhere, like what is your taste? What are the things that you genuinely like and respond to? And and I think actually like a beautifully decorated home is one that has pieces. I hope I never heard of most of these designers, or it's a combination of vintage or things friends have made you or things you've collected that adapt slowly. So no, I don't have any. I recently did get a PH5 Louis Paulson pendant, which I guess is a icon.
But
I guess
more subtle.
Yeah, it's more subtle.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I want the Magistrati. Is that like a icon? I don't know.
No.
Like it could. I could see it reaching Togo status in a few years.
Sure.
And becoming ubiquitous. And obviously objects don't exist in a vacuum. The way who owns it, who uses it, affects it. Like I've seen. There's a world where I want a Dune sofa, but also is that played out? I don't know. It's hard. And then you also get into games in your head.
It's hard when you know a lot. It's actually hard to be a consumer because you have a somewhat public position as an arbiter. Then you're afraid what will people say when they come over and see that I've got this?
Yeah, exactly. I have a little like USM side table, but I wouldn't do, and I love USM, but I'm not going to do like a whole a whole module of it,
Right.
Because and I'm okay. Yeah, I think like lamps and small side tables are where you can kind of get away with doing iconic pieces. But if every chair is like,
if everything is a thing,
everything
it's
is
tired.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I want to see make some decisions outside of that.
Right.
I want one big area, Saarinen tulip table.
Okay.
I love it. I know it's everywhere. I love
Yeah,
it.
It
but
isn't-
that's
yeah,
you
but
know,
that's your thing. That's
Yeah,
great.
that's okay.
You know, I think it's wonderful.
I'm getting a Royer polar. You know.
Oh,
Okay. We can help you with that if you
Okay,
want.
yeah.
oh yeah, really?
Yeah, you'll give me a loan for.
Oh my God,
100
can you
grand.
imagine?
Yeah. You've touched on this a little bit, but you could have chosen a variety of styles for your filing system. Why did you want something in a beautiful oak, the Dewey Decimal? What was it about the vintage nature, history, materiality of it that you responded to this? Other
Yeah.
than the fact that your wife got it for you, so you had to love it.
I think there's something about I like the repurposing of a thing. I always love that when I go to someone's home and they've recontextualized something and turned something into an art object that maybe wasn't, or turned something into a furniture piece in an unexpected way. And there's just a great physicality, tactile. There's like a weight to that object because of the time period it was made, and the types of wood that were used in mid-century furniture that has a great warmth to it, and so it's both a beautiful object and it's functional. And I think also that relationship with craftsmen and a workshop, and when I was a painter, and so it evoked all those things in a way that I appreciated, and it's just like every time you pull something out, you feel. I mean, I drilled a hole in one of them and put chargers in.
Oh,
So actually, and so it's so I still actually you could use it,
Right.
You know, so people are like, "Where's the charger?" And you pull
You're like,
out,
"Oh,
it
here's
says
my
power
docking
station,
drawer," yeah.
but it's tucked away and the phones
Yeah.
are away.
that's perfect.
And you're not searching for your charger.
I'm not searching
as
for
I
your
have
charger.
every
Yeah,
morning,
exactly.
and you know
It's in
exactly
there.
where your phone is charging and your AirPods.
Yeah, and it just sounds just like it's an array. You know, it's like there's something very exciting about every time you open a drawer.
Yeah.
I think we need to do a video tour. You need to bring us. We don't need to see your home. You just need to give us a tour of
Sure,
Of the
of
drawers.
each one.
drawers. I
Yeah.
think there's some good content in there.
Dan
It's a good
Rosen's
candy drawer,
top
too.
5
A
drawers.
candy drawer.
Yeah.
So is there a home that you wanted to hate that you saw published but ended up actually liking it despite yourself?
I mean, I think the Kendall Jenner
knew
home
it.
is like
Yeah.
an example. Obviously, you know, it is very easy to rag on the Kardashians and what they represent, and there is a lot of bad taste that comes out of that family, I would say, and yeah, I think some deleterious effects they've had on the culture. And so you do, and also it's like, if you did hate on it, it gets clicks, you know, people love to see, it's kind of the easiest thing, but I do think Kendall has quite good I liked her previous home as well, and to me, I think she's a Kardashian with the best taste, and even and that you know, I couldn't lie. The home I thought was very thoughtfully designed.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Let me ask you a question I've been asking every guest. Objects of desire. Why do you think we as a human species desire objects?
I think it's our form of nesting, and it makes us feel connected to the physical world in a way that if we didn't, we would kind of be floating. In the same way that we need rituals to exist, they ground us in place and time and remind us that we're not just kind of like floating brains on this planet. We're actually physical beings with history and relationships to our past. That's maybe an optimistic relationship. There's obviously other, sociological status, Veblen type attitudes to look at it. But I think optimistically, I think we, even like a homeless person is accumulating objects, because without that, maybe we don't actually exist if we're just naked and on our own. And they reflect what we want to see about ourselves.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've given us the definitive answer.
Okay, what have other people said?
We can now stop the podcast.
Oh my God.
There's nothing more to
Imagine.
discover. Well, you'll have to just subscribe, tune in.
I think we care that we
And who we are.
exist. Yeah. And I think even in the digital space, that'll be the case. But thank God we're not really there yet, you know?
Yeah. But thank God Dan Rosen decided to stop by today to share some
I
time
know.
with us.
Thank God. Well, you're welcome, guys.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you for having me.
That was
it's been a
great.
blast.
time.
No, you're the best. Thank you.
Thanks.